Adrian Mena, and this is Group 2 with Mackenzie Taggart and Hugo Vera. And this is our presentation of Chapter 8, How to Get Great Outcomes by Integrating Operations into the Daily Work of Development. And the main goal of this is to enable market-oriented outcomes where many small teams can quickly, independently deliver value to the customers. One of the things that um, the developed culture does that is by integrating or creating a centralized platforms and tooling services. With this purpose, uh, developers and DevOps can rely and use the same technology in order to communicate more effectively within the teams, and instead of wasting time of gathering information and the technology in order to proceed and do their work, they have everything set up, standardized, so they can just use the same platforms and services. And this help them to standardize the work as a whole group and become way more productive. Also, another way that you can integrate um, DevOps into the service team, you can in a traditional way where uh, traditional operations drop the train that someone else built. In this case, they take programs or software that's already built, and then just update those softwares and make them more reliable and better improve them. Also, in this case, in today's world, modern operation engineers they build. In this case, if we use the same example, the train and the bridges, so they build the whole platform, the whole software. Um, they're gonna be develop and deploy. And the results that we get this is that the priorities are driven by goals of development team. They're connected to internal and external customers. They can transform operation knowledge into automated code to be reused, and it's an efficient way to cross-train operation knowledge and expertise into a service team. Now, in case if you cannot integrate um, operations into the previous example, you can also assign a liaison for each product team. In this case, you can assign someone that can become the bridge between uh, different product teams, and the responsibility that this person or the operation engineer can have is the new product functionality is and why is it we're rebuilding it. Could be in charge of that or how it works as um, it pertains to operability, scalability, and observability, how to monitor and connect metrics to ensure the progress, the success or failure of the functionality of the software, also the departures from previous architectures, and also oversee any extra needs that the infrastructure may need and how to uh, solve it, and um, provide the infrastructure and the capacity to solve these issues, and feature and launch new plans for the future. Another way that uh, a team can integrate operation into development rituals or the daily work uh, is by inviting operation ops to the dev stand-ups, or invited the operation to dev retrospective. And the main thing that we do this is to better understand the existing developed culture and proactively integrate them into all aspects of planning and daily work. And with this, there is a better communication in the whole group. One of the important things that we can do by inviting the ops and the stand up is basically that communication, because in that um, daily stand up, we can communicate the things that or work that was done yesterday, the work that is gonna be performed today, or if there are any blockers or things that may prevent us from deploying or doing our work. Um, and this is a very effective way to find the solutions. If there is, for example, a piece of code that the developer needs to finish before a deployment, this is the opportunity, the time on the stand-up meetings to communicate those issues in order to hold deploying in case the DevOps need to hold deploy so can developer can finish the piece of code. Once it's done, uh, they can deploy that that piece of code into the software. Another way uh, that we can integrate ops into the team work is having developers retrospectives, and this is it's an internal thing, and where the team can learn and discover ways to improve outcomes. Um, One of the things that they discuss is what was successful with a project, what could be improved, and how to incorporate the success or improvements in future iterations of projects. Um, and this mainly, the main thing is to improve the daily work. And an important thing is to reserve 20% of that into the development cycle to improve work. And I can give you an example of that. My company recently moved data from from one data center, they moved to another location, and developers and DevOps worked for more than 3-4 months into that project. At the end of that project, they had the opportunity to meet together and discuss what went well, things that they can improve for future references, because in the future they might need to move uh, information, data, facilities from one location to another, and this project can be the base for future um, projects similar to that. And um, but yeah, but those opportunity to have retrospective um, on projects like that helps them a lot to become more productive and improve the work by itself. Now, another important thing is, as we have discussed in previous presentations, is to make the work visible. And in this case, use Kanban boards. And this is very important because the operational, the ops team work on that. They can know exactly, for example, again, if a piece of code is when the work is done, if the developer is done working on that piece of code, they know that they have been moved um, from the quality assurance tester part to waiting for the manager for approval and into the production um, column where it's just waiting for the deploy uh, on the day assigned previously. And this is an excellent way to communicate and have a visual idea of the work that is been done daily, weekly, and the projects that are coming. And the main thing with the integration of operations into the daily work is to basically to become more productive, to make things more visible for them, to get the work done, and also to integrate with other sections of the for other group with the development team, so they can communicate issues, blockers they may have on certain projects or software that might be working on that day, piece of code, so things like that. And all of those things uh, can involve all of the group of the development team with the operational team, and basically provide a better uh, products to the customers, to the external customers. And these have been our presentation for chapter 8. Thank you.